Hello everyone, this is just a quick video I wanted to make. It's kind of an add-on to my most recent video I just put out, which was kind of a layout update slash tour, and a couple people now have commented on that video and asked about the material I have beneath my fast track that kind of runs around the whole layout. Kind of set up here so you can kind of get a good angle of it. This is kind of the material they've been asking about, and what it is basically it was left over from when my house was originally built. I believe it is carpet pad. This is a piece of it extra I've had that's not underneath any check. And basically what I did is I had these big pieces of it. I don't know like what it comes in or whatever, but I had a piece that was more than, I think it was like 10 to 12 feet long or something, and I basically just cut it to, I basically took a piece of a 8-foot 1x4 and laid it out and traced that out, because that's basically about the width of the fast track, and then cut the carpet pad to that size. And it's real easy when you got it on the fast track. You can bend it real easy, and eventually I got some wood screws somewhere in here that I'm gonna put through the holes in all the checks, which will screw down through the carpet pad and into the homosote to help kind of hold that down. And so the reason I have the carpet pad is, you can see I have homosote on top of this. Let's show real quick. Originally the change table just had half-inch sheet of plywood. I believe this is OSB plywood, which is kind of the, I think, oriented strand board. And then we added a layer of homosote on top, which I was hoping was going to help with the sound. It made a little bit of a difference, but not a ton. So then what I did is I had these carpet pads. I had originally cut them to make inlays into my drawers I have over there, so the trains wouldn't get damaged as I move the drawers. And I thought, you know what, let's test this out underneath the tracks. So I kind of tested out just to see if it would make a big difference. And it does make somewhat of a difference. I'm gonna kind of show an example with running cars on the tracks without it. I'm not sure how well it's gonna show up in the video, but in person you can tell, especially when the engines are running at slower speeds. You can definitely hear a difference. You don't really hear the cars running over the tracks as much. But so I will kind of show how much of a difference this really makes. All right, so I've gotten a few of probably the more common train cars here, and I'm just gonna kind of just push them back and forth with my hand on the track with the carpet pad beneath it and the track without. I just put together a bunch of straights and place it alongside it. So first I'll start out with very common train car in Lionel gauge, the 64 box car. You can tell it is pretty loud. Versus the carpet pad. So yeah. And then we'll move on to these Baby Madison Pull Express passenger cars. No carpet pad. And finally, we got these New York Central heavyweight passenger cars. Kind of for the more scale people. I'm going to clean these first. No carpet pad. And then carpet pad. So I'm not sure how well it came through on the actual video, but at least for me, I can definitely tell it's not complete, like makes it completely silent. The carpet pad, but definitely does make a difference as before, especially when it's running slower. Like if I go super slow, I mean that's still pretty loud, but then with this one, so yeah. So, and that's kind of when, like for me, for the Vision Line Big Boy, I especially like that, having it working a lot better when it's super slow, because the train it's fun to run fast every now and then. It's cool to run slow, and It helps really make sure the sounds of the engine really come out and all that stuff, versus just hearing the cars running over the track. And everyone seems to say, and I think that this makes sense, the reason fast track is always so loud is because it's hollow underneath. Because as this plastic roadbed, there's nothing, the sound can just, I guess, bounce around or whatever, but it's hollow underneath, so it kind of echoes beneath, so it makes it a lot louder. Versus versus kind of all the track systems like Atlas or Gargraves or which just has the tracks ties, and you put it on roadbed or something, which helps make it quieter. And the foam definitely helps, or the carpet pad definitely helps absorb a lot of that sound from the plastic tracks. It doesn't solve it completely, but if you do have carpet pad or really any sort of foam, I think would work really well. The only issue, I know there's people who make foam or like roadbed for fast track and other tracks, but the only thing you gotta be careful about is if you have a 20-pound engine or whatever, like the Vision Line Big Boy, if the foam isn't like solid enough or it's like really squishy, it'll sink down when the engine runs over it. So then that's gonna lead to uneven spots in the track or bad connections between your tracks. So this stuff is pretty strong. It does sink a little bit. I think when I add in, I've got I believe the number 4 wood screws in 1.25 inch length. So the foam, the carpet pad is about half an inch wide, maybe like 3/8 to half an inch, somewhere in there, like 7/16 or whatever. It's pretty close to half inch. So those 1 1/4 inch screws will be perfect. So I'm kind of hoping that that'll help keep the track without bouncing too much. That way the foam won't kind of squish down and then runs over it, and it can still absorb the sound very well. And I was talking about earlier in my last video about putting a possible train yard in this back corner, and because I have the foam underneath all this stuff, I don't have like an infinite amount of this carpet pad. So what I was thinking is, because I'm not going to be running trains at full speed or just really that often through the yard, I can just raise up, put it, or build the table, have it a half inch higher than the current table, so that way it's basically at the same height as the carpet pad, and then I can just put the check straight on that. I might even get Menards track or something, raise it up even higher, just because it's cheaper, because again, I don't really care how it looks back there. And what my plan is to do is, again, I've seen people who make this. I saw someone on eBay who sold like foams or roadbed, foam roadbed for all sorts of different types of track. Fast track was one of them. I was thinking about getting it. The reason I just did this is because I already have it. I didn't have to pay for it. I said I'd cut it. I just cut it with some scissors. It's really easy. You probably could use a like X-Acto knife or box cutter or something, but I think I felt that scissors work pretty well and all that stuff. So it does hold together pretty well. It doesn't, like, it's definitely, you could rip it apart, but it's not gonna be very clean. So you do gotta be somewhat careful with it, but it's pretty easy to use. But what my plan is to do to kind of help cover it up eventually is to get ballast and just ballast all the fast tracks. I know people do that, and I think it'll kind of help look a bit better, because I mean, you can see it right here. Like the fast track's two different colors, just different years being made and how long I've had it, stuff like some of this fast track I've had for probably 10 plus years. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, probably somewhere around then. So it's getting worn down. So it just the ballast will kind of cover that up. I might need to use a bit more ballast because it doesn't have the slanted sides or whatever that any roadbed roadbed you can buy might have. But I mean, I don't know. The ballast doesn't seem to be too expensive. I'm looking at the Brennan's Better Ballast, I think is what it's called, to kind of help cover that up. But that's not gonna happen for a ways down the road. I still got to finish. I got screwed on all the track, which I can slowly do that over the next few days, and then continue to just kind of figure out how the track's be laid out and all that stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to do this quick video, kind of a probably gonna title this video a layout update 1.1 or whatever, kind of add-on update, just because I think a couple people commented on the video and asked, so what's this you got underneath the track? I just wanted to put this out so I don't have to keep replying to the comments the same thing. And then just another quick update about the last video. I did say I was planning on pre-ordering the line of Polar Express, Legacy Polar Express. I have since done that, so that will be coming. I believe the engine is due October, I want to say 19th, or sometime in October, it says on Lionel's website. which is I believe they're coming after the other Legacy Berkshires because it has the snowplow on the front, so it's different tooling. So they're coming later. And then I also pre-ordered 3 of the passenger cars, the observation car, obviously, the 20th anniversary car, and I think just a plain coach car. So I have those 3 pre-ordered for now. Over time I might try and add more to the pre-order, or once they come in, buy a few more, because I want to have more than 3 cars. Eventually I would like to get, I believe there was 7, right? Observation car, coach, diner, baggage, combine. Oh, and the doll car, whatever it is, the toy car. So yeah, there's 7 cars. Eventually, I'd like to have all 7 of those to have for the layout. But yeah, so that won't be happening for a little while. I do plan. I know I keep saying this, but I am gonna do a video on the Commodore Vanderbilt eventually. I just kind of keep putting that off. I might try and do that next weekend or something. But yeah, so this is just a quick video. It's Sunday night. I just decided, let's film this real quick because I just got a second comment on it. So yeah, I'm about to go upload this. This has been Trainman. Thanks for watching.